S. Chand presents educational video lectures as per the AICTE curriculum. Difficult concepts made easy. Study anywhere, anytime.
When we divide the work in different modules. Let's suppose we are having some event at our home. One person can't handle all the responsibilities, so we have to divide the responsibilities in the different members of the family so that the work can be completed on time and very efficiently. So this type of functionality is called the division of the work, okay, in some modules, module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, and all the modules should work independently, and after that all the modules should integrate itself so that a huge task can be completed in one form. So this type of concept is called functions. How to divide the big program into different modules. So in this lecture we will study about the concept of functions. Hi, myself Dr. Shrihar Shatri, and welcome to S. Chand Academy. Before going ahead, I recommend you these books of engineering from S. Chand Publishing. Functions. A function is a group of statements that together perform a specific task. Every C program has at least one function. It is not about every C program, it is about every program of any language. Any program must have one function. A function is a group of statements that together perform a specific task, and every C program has at least one function, which is main. What is the meaning of here main? Main is a starting point of a program where the compiler start executing and compiling our program and understand all the expressions. Without main, compiler will not able to understand from where it has to start compiling. So main is a one function. It is a user defined function because the body of the main is written by the user. That's why the main is called user defined function. So function just need to be defined once in the program and then can be used multiple times. Okay, it also improves the code readability and modularity while also providing code reusability. So there are two types of functions basically. The one is library function, another is user defined function. Library functions are those functions whose meaning is written in our header files, whose meaning is known by the compiler, like printf, scanf, getchar, string length, string copy. So the meaning of printf, scanf, we are not writing the code for printf and scanf. We are just using this printf and scanf function, and the meaning of this printf and scanf function is saved in the header file, that is standard input output header file. So these are called the library functions whose meaning is already provided to the compiler in the form of header files. The second is user defined functions. User defined function has to write a body of a function and call the function whenever it requires. User defined functions are those functions which are written by the user, which are written by the programmer. So we will focus on the user defined function. So if you want to define any function, the function definition is divided into three activities. Number one is function declaration, then function definition, and function calling. So function declaration means writing a name of a program. A function declaration is also called a function prototype. The meaning of function declaration is when our compiler starts executing the program, the compiler must know that that particular function is about to come. Okay, so to inform the compiler, we first initialize the function prototype, or we can declare the function like this type of function is coming. Okay, so this is the example. Int is a data type. Which type of function must have? Add is a name of function, and int x, int y. These are the parameters, or you can say arguments of this function. That means this add function can able to take only two values, that is x and y, and both the values must be of integer type, so that this addition function will return the value of integer type. It is called function prototype. The next is function definition. Function definition provides the actual body of the function, the meaning of actual body of the function, what this particular function does. So this is function body. Okay, so add is a function name. Int a and int b are the two parameters of this function, or you can say arguments. So inside this function, c equal to a plus b, that means whatever the value of a and b, that value will be added and saved into the variable c, and we are returning the value of c. Now what is the meaning of return here? Return means it returns that particular value of a variable to the called function, where that particular function has been called, it send the value from where it is called. Okay, so I will explain this in the upcoming slides in a very depth. Return, what is the meaning of return here? Then function call. The meaning of function call is, call means calling a function whenever it is required in a program. So function calling is like that. This is the name of a function, add 4, 5. So 4 is a 5 is a b, and add is a sum. So whenever it comes 4 plus y, 4 plus 5, that is 9. So c, the value of c becomes 9. Now return c, where it is returning, from where the function is called. So function is called from here, so the value will return here, and this value will be saved in the variable result. This is called function call. So user defined function consists of these three parts: function declaration, function definition, and function calling. So here is an example of user defined function. Hash include std.h header file. Function declaration, or you can say function prototype, this is always outside the main. Okay, so that's why we have declared here int add int, int. Now what is the meaning of this prototype? The meaning is, add is a name of a function which is having a return type int. That means this add function will accept only the integer value, it will not accept the other than integer value. And this add is having two parameters, and both the parameters or both the arguments are of integer type, int and int. There you can write the name of a variable as well here, but it is not required, it's optional. You can write like that, int x, int y. You can write like that, but there is no hard and fast rule to write the variable in the prototype declaration. But in the prototype declaration, we must declare the type of our parameters. Now inside the main, we are declaring the variables. We are entering the values of a and b, very simple. And here add a, v, that is called function calling. Whatever the function we have developed here, we have declared here, that function is calling. So point to be notice here, when the function is calling, it is semicolon here, it is ended by the semicolon. So that means function calling, and function is always called from inside the main. When the function call, the control moves out from the main and it goes into the function definition. So this is the function definition. Int is a return type, add is the name of function, x, y. So what is the meaning of x and y? X is a variable, y is a variable, and both are of integer type. How the compiler knows that? Because we haven't declared the x and y here. But how the compiler know what is the data type of x? Compiler will correlate this variable with the prototype. Okay, this is of int type and this is of int type. So now inside the definition, we have declared the sum which is of integer type, and sum equal to x plus y. So whatever the value we are passing from a, whatever the value of a and b is there, the value of a passes to the variable x and the value of b passes to the variable y, and the sum happens. After this, sum returns from where it is going to return, from where the function is called. Function is called from here. So return sum. The value of sum will be returned here, and this value will be saved or assigned to the variable result, and this particular statement will print the result. Okay, this is how it is executing. I have entered the value of A is 25, the value of B is 25. A passes to the X, B passes to the Y. So sum is 25 plus 25, 50. So 50 is returning to the called. That means this whole becomes now 50. And this 50 is assigned to the result. The output of this whole function definition is now 50. And this 50 is returned to from where it is called, and it is assigned to the variable result, and we are printing the result here. Result 50 is the sum of 25 and 25. This is how the function works. Now the another concept is call by value. This is a very important concept of the functions. There are two concepts. One is call by value, another is call by reference. So first we will focus on the call by value. We will understand the concept of call by value using a program of swapping. How to swap the two numbers using the call by value. Same concept is we are initializing the prototype here. Swap is the name of a function, int comma int, the two arguments we are taking right now. We have inserted the A and B two variables we have inserted. So when we declare this, what happened in the back end? This is variable A, this is variable B. Okay, let's suppose it is having an address 1002 and this B is having some random address that is 3125. Okay, you have inserted the value of A is 10 and the value of B is 20. So before swapping, when the output is printed, it prints 10 and 20. Now after this, swap A comma B. Swap A comma B, this is called the function calling. Function call, it goes to the function definition. So in function definition, what happens? This A is passes to the X and B is passes to the Y. So here what happened? This is the X variable on some another location in the memory. Okay, this is the and the location number is, let's suppose this is 4432 and this is 5126. This is some memory address. So A is passes to the X. Now the value of X is 10 and the B is passes to the Y. The value of Y is 20. This is called call by value. Okay, we are passing the value from one variable to the another variable to some another location. Okay, now applying the simple swapping concept we have applied here, but here we are not doing any return. Why? Because return is always, a function can return only a one value at a time, but here we have swapped the two values, so we can't return because there are two values. So we have to print this swapped value here itself only. So after swapping the %d, we are swapping the value of X and Y. So after this swapping concept, what happens? The value of X becomes 20 and the value of Y becomes 10. So this is how it comes. We have entered the value 5 and 8. Before swapping, A is 5, B is 8. This statement is executed, which was inside the main. And after swapping, this particular statement executed, which is inside the function definition, user defined function definition. So this is the very simple concept of call by value. I am again repeating. In call by value, what happens? We are transferring the value of one variable to the another variable. Okay, this type of variables, or you can say parameters, are called the actual parameters. These are the actual parameters which are the function which is inside the main. These are the actual parameters, and when the value is passing towards the function definition, this type of parameters are called formal parameters. Okay, these are the formal parameters, these are the actual parameters. So this was all about the simple introduction of function. In this part we have studied about the call by value. We are passing the value from one variable to another. Now in the next part we will study about the call by reference. The reference means we are sending or we are passing the address of that particular variable. Instead of value, we are passing the address of a variable, and how the call by reference is taking place inside the function is focused there. I recommend you these engineering books from S. Chand Publishing. If you like the video, please do not forget to like, subscribe and share, and press the bell icon for more updates.
All rights reserved. This video has been prepared for educational purposes only. No part of it may be reproduced or copied without the permission of the copyright holder.